Hi, I'm Mary Esther Reed. I'm the mayor here in the town of Smyrna.
And I'm Brian Hercules. I'm your town manager.
Brian, can you believe it is time for the federal census again?
It just seems like this 10 years has gone by so fast. Yeah, and every 10 years we do this, and there's a reason for it, though.
Absolutely. On April 1st, you will be receiving an invitation to participate in the 2020 federal census, and we're asking each one of you to stand up and be counted.
And there's many different ways that you can respond to that. You can go online, you can reply by mail, or you can do it by phone. Maybe it means I'm old, but I remember when they knocked on your door and they counted you at the house. But there are some great ways to be able to participate this year.
Absolutely. I think the nice thing is that they've made it easy. They've made it easy for our citizens to respond, and responding is very important to the town of Smyrna, and honestly very important to your pocketbook. And some of the reasons that responding to the census is important, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, you know, people wonder why we do the census, and there's many different reasons. One is funding. From a federal level, we get credit for the number of citizens that participate here in the town of Smyrna. We get money allocated for our school systems, for our road systems, and for all those things that are very involved in that growth of what we experience here in the town of Smyrna. So it actually eases some of the local tax burden by putting some of that more on the federal level and the state level for us.
And to get that money, all you have to do is either when you do online or when you call by phone or when you send in by mail, just by being counted, we're receiving tax dollars because of you standing up and being counted. And what does that mean? That means that your property taxes are lower because of being counted for the census.
Yeah, and the other thing that it does is it gives us a great base to use for our potential growth planning. You know, everybody's got to go down a certain road, and sometimes we don't know which road we need to build next. But if we know where the growth is, we know what we're looking for, it helps us on our 5-year and 10-year planning going out so that we make sure that we're providing the very best quality of life services we can for our citizens.
Right. And some of those programs that are funded through the census dollars are public transit, resources for teachers and special education, preventing child abuse. I think some of those things that are so important to making a community a community.
You know, Mary Esther, another thing that we need to make sure the citizens understand is this also goes into the numbers that count for how many representatives we have at the congressional level. We all know how important it is to have somebody telling our story at the federal level and making sure that our story is being heard as the funding allocation is being done. So that's another reason. You know, it's just very important as you realize Smyrna is a growing, vibrant town that we need to make sure everybody is counted for many different reasons.
Absolutely. The other thing I want to remind our citizens is this is confidential information. So when you're putting that information down on the paper that you're going to send in by mail, or when you're talking to them on the phone, or you're doing the response online, remember all the information is confidential. So we are wanting you to stand up and be counted. It's going to be really easy to be done. You're going to receive your invitation to participate on April the 1st. And if you have questions, you can visit the website at www.2020census.gov.